Go select.
Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Andy aka TopRamen, back again with another brand new Clash Royale video. And I'm so excited today to bring you this video because last night was finally a balance update. It's been like 2 months since we had a change on the meta, and they recently buffed a lot of cards that you can see under this notification right here. I'm not going to go over it right now, but I did want to bring up that as well as the balance update, they did release a legendary challenge, which is the first entry is free, and after that I believe it's like 10 gems or 100 gems. But I was able to complete it on my first try at 12 and 2, and I finished it within an hour last night while I was in bed. I actually started off pretty bad, and let me go ahead and start my first match here. Alright, so my first match I won, after that I lost, and then I won another 2 and I lost. So I was 3 and 2. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna finish up and lose and go to sleep. I ended up winning the next 8 in a row and was able to get to that 12 wins. And I did it using this graveyard deck, as actually I got from Tag, and it's actually one of my favorite graveyard decks, and also maybe the best graveyard deck as well, because it involves the pump. And many graveyard decks are very fast cycle and they don't involve the pump, but I feel like with the pump, quoting Tag, you can actually control the pace of when you want to attack and when you want to defend, because if someone else plays a pump, they force you to attack if you don't have a pump. But if they play a pump, you can also play a pump, and now you're basically keeping up and you can control their elixir from there. Most important as well, we are utilizing the ewiz and the guards. Guards are such a crucial card to pair with ewiz. It's very great for defense. It can be replaced with goblins too, but I believe guards definitely works really well as far as pairing, having synergy with the ewiz. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop open this legendary chest right away just to see what I got, because I've been refraining myself from playing all day today since I finished it last night. And at work all I did was just watch replays because I didn't want to push any of my battle histories down. So let's go ahead and just pop this open. Cross my fingers, if I get a lava hound I could get to level 4. Night witch as well is gonna be good. Darn, miner is also great, but I still need another 6 more miners before I can get him to level 4. I'm gonna save this chest into the end of the video, but I definitely want to just go over replays and how I use this deck to complete it. I'm gonna just go over the decks that are relevant as far as the meta that is common, because the last match I played for my 12th win was against a Prince Giant Skeleton Hog Rage deck, and I thought he was trolling, but if I was at 12 and I was playing him, he probably got to 12 with that deck too, so I was able to take that one out pretty easily. Let's see here, let's go over against this one right here, a spam deck with the pekka, very popular, but this one's running Skeleton Army and Bandit instead of Infernal Dragon. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch. Alright, I'll pause if I need to, but I'll explain to you how you play this deck. This deck, you just really want to build up the pump and catch them off guard when they are dropping a golem or a lava hound in the back. Right away he plays with a bridge spam. Ewiz paired with the ice golem is very great for defense. I logged there just to stop the rush. And just like that, with the 1 HP Ewiz, I drop my guards, and with the guards, they're able to defend without them touching the tower. The only damage I sustained there was the fireball. Now I got my pump in cycle, so I'm going to drop that in the middle. Oh, I decided to drop it on the bottom right. The reason why I did that was because if I dropped it in the middle, he can actually get my Night Witch crossing over and put with poison, because I assumed he had a poison. Right there, he punished me, but when he saw me drop the pump, I went ahead and just zapped it and prevented a little bit of damage. Right here, ewiz itself can take care of the battering ram, and yeah, I think I wasted log there. I don't think I needed to do that because, oh, I guess it's okay because now he has to deal with the ewiz. So he dealt with the ewiz with the baby dragon, and right here I think I'm gonna take the ice golem to tank it because it's already at less than half HP. If it was full HP, I would have took the damage. But I was gonna use the leftover ice golem, and now I form my push because I feel like he wasted elixir on the baby dragon for ewiz. And right there, I went ahead and do my graveyard combo with the poison to take out his skeleton army. And then I remember he has skeleton army now. So next time I'm gonna do a little earlier. Earlier I just waited. I waited until he drops something that I know I can poison. But now that I know he has it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it a little earlier. Right here I drop another pump while I'm at full elixir. I know I'm in a major elixir lead right here. I dropped my guards to defend against that. He ended up zapping it, but I saved my log this time. I didn't want to use it. I'm going to let him take the crash, and I should be able to still keep that tower alive. And I believe right here I played the ewiz in the back. Now, right when I saw him fireball my pump, I decided now I have my Ice Golem's graveyard combo. It's the cheapest graveyard combo possible and it's very lethal. I had enough to also play my poison beforehand, and that just melted his skeleton army right away. And meanwhile, the Night Witch was left over alone on the left side, and so we're able to take that tower without wasting a poison there. He's gonna waste a fireball. I used ewiz to defend the baby dragon and the oncoming Night Witch. Went ahead and logged it to get the tower chip damage. And right here, I tanked the bandit with the Ice Golem, placed the Night Witch right next to the bandit so it doesn't blink and charge, and then I play my skeleton, my graveyard. Right here, check it out. The Night Witch was able to survive right next to the pekka because the ewiz kept shocking it and making it change target to the small skeletons. That's why the ewiz is such a crucial card in this deck, especially paired with Ice Golem, bats, and graveyard and guard. And just like that, 3 crowns was easily obtainable. And I think that one was my 5th or 7th. Let me see here. That one was against Mr. Art, which was my 4th win. Yeah, my 4th win. Alright, let's cover another one here. I played a lot of golem. If you notice here, right here, there's a golem beatdown, golem beatdown, golem beatdown, another graveyard, bait deck, and then golem beatdown. So let's go show a more intense match here. Let's do one against this Chinese guy. Let's watch. So again, crucial on how you place your ewiz. Never drop them in the middle of a horde, it's gonna die. Place them on the side and drop guards or Ice Golem in the horde so that they get distracted and we have to retarget to them. Not a good starting hand. I went ahead and cycled out my Ice Golem and I see an oncoming Mega Minion. So I decided to drop my Night Witch, the reason why there instead of the ewiz. It's a slower moving target, but also it forms a counter push that they need to deal with. And yeah, I think we were able to take that out here. So my Night Witch takes out the Mega Minion, the Ice Golem dies, and then I play my ewiz to shock the Night Witch for a victory battle at the bridge. And now he has to deal with the ewiz. So I ignored that leftover goblin there. I pumped, he pumped, so we're both basically in a pump situation, pretty even on elixir. Now, right when he played the golem, I use my guards and then I do the graveyard push. You can always graveyard push with guards in graveyard, Ice Golem graveyard, Night Witch graveyard, ewiz graveyard. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't just wait for the Ice Golem all the time in this deck. So I was able to make him waste 6 elixir, a log and baby dragon on the left. So I know his golem cannot be fully supported on the right. I play my Night Witch because it's gonna form bats to deal with the Ice Golem. I mean the golem. I draw my Ice Golem to distract the bats and the Night Witch. And check this out: the ewiz will pause the golem from doing damage. It's also gonna make the Night Witch retarget on my guards now. And his lightning, he took out my pump instead of my he wanted to get my pump Night Witch and tower, instead he just got the pump and tower. So now I know he's behind. I went ahead and just dropped my other pump to build even more of a lead. And right there, I believe my ewiz lives, and look at this. He's gonna get a couple shocks off with those bats tanking. So looks like three shots, not bad. But now I have a pump and I'm in the elixir lead and he just wasted a pump. So right when I wanted to play my Night Witch in the back, but I saw him play a pump, so I decided to do my Ice Golem in front and do a graveyard and then prep my my poison. I'm trying to get the poison on the pump as well as the baby dragon. Instead, I was able to still get Night Witch in there, and I believe my Night Witch wins that battle. His pump gets taken out, my pump's still alive, and I get a second pump down. So match is really looking good there. I was controlling the match the whole time with defending with ewiz efficiently, and then saving my elixir or knowing when to push. Right there I saw him pump, so I didn't want him to catch up and pump, so I went ahead and did a graveyard Ice Golem in the pocket. The way you would perform that push is you always want to cast graveyard first and then Ice Golem, because the graveyard takes like a second and a half to spawn the first skeleton. So if you play Ice Golem first and then you play graveyard, no skeleton's gonna be spawning, and then your golem's gonna be taking hits from both towers for 1.5 seconds. If you play the graveyard first and then the Ice Golem, by the time you drop the Ice Golem, both towers will hit the Ice Golem and you will have skeletons already spawning. Right here I defend with Night Witch. Look, check this out. ewiz shocking the Night Witch, and then I drop the Ice Golem, so then she retargets. My guard and bats are safe. I went ahead and poisoned, and then I believe I went to drop my Night Witch to tank, and then with the poison it's gonna finish out that counter push there. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the next match. Let's go check out how I did against this bait deck here. A little bit tricky. Give us some variety here. Alright, So, oh, by the way, that previous one was my 11th win. I think this one's my 9th win here. Not a good starting hand once again. I went ahead, I cycled out my Ice Golem first. Now, here's the thing about this deck too. He wasted Dark Goblin already, so now I know he's a bait deck. I didn't even want to waste Elixir on it. I let him take damage and form a strong push. Hog though, you can't ignore, so I went ahead and dropped the ewiz because it's going to interrupt him and let him only get one shot off. Now, the reason why I played Night Witch behind the Ice Golem earlier, because I figured he wasted Dark Goblin, which is one of the major counters to my Night Witch. So I played my Night Witch on the right, and then on the left, I was able to Graveyard with a look at the ewiz do work at 1 HP. It's making it retarget to the skeletons with the Graveyard, and I was able to do more than half tower damage right there. I used guards to defend this with the Ice Golem. Didn't have to use the Ice Golem actually, but I did anyways. I shouldn't have saved it. But that Ice Golem and Night Witch push itself already forces him to waste Elixir to defend. If not dealt with, they're gonna lose a tower. So I was able to use the Graveyard to split my push and get the left lane with the ewiz, and half the HP is gone. Now I have my pump in sight, so I go ahead and wait till I have full Elixir, drop my pump just in case he hog rushes me with goblins and other stuff. And he did hog rush me, so I went ahead and dropped my ewiz again on top of the hog just to get that stun off, and then stun it again one more time. That way he can only get 1 hit off. If you drop it to the side, he's gonna get 2 hit off. That extra stun plus zap is really good. He wasted another 2 elixir on the log, and I still was able to get 1 hit off. Now I'm in the elixir lead because I placed my pump and he did fireball. So right here, okay, I played my Night Witch in the back to form a push. I used my guards to right next to him, and I think the I used the poison because I didn't want him to take up my Night Witch completely, so that was an investment poison right there. Forced him to waste it another 3 elixir for the Goblin Gang, which gets taken out easy by the Night Witch. I didn't have to log there, but I wanted to get some chip damage. And right here, I went ahead and used my Ice Golem Graveyard push, 7 elixir. I knew I was in the lead. I was able to still defend this push, I think. Oh no, I couldn't. I didn't save the tower. But check out the right side tower. I was able to take out half HP there, and then I poisoned it away the Dark Goblin. I took advantage of dealing damage to the tower and left the left tower alone, so I don't wake up the King's tower. That way I don't have 2 cannons shooting at my Graveyard. So later on when I destroy that tower, if it goes into overtime, then I will at least I have that lead on the half HP. Right here I logged the Goblin Barrel and used the ewiz to zap away the Goblin Gang. Guards was able to protect it. Now I take down that tower, open up my left lane and open up that pocket for me to drop stuff. And check this out. Princess targeted my ewiz. I dropped my Ice Golem for my Graveyard, but I was able to zap the Princess to retarget to the Ice Golem so it doesn't shoot towards the Graveyard. And that Dark Goblin though does definitely defend it pretty well. Right here, I believe I logged the Dark Goblin, so I made a mistake. I had to use the guards and ewiz to zap the hog to prevent as much damage as possible. And right here, okay, so I used Naked Graveyard because I have leftover guards. I dropped the Ice Golem on that side, and then was able to take it out in 200. Yeah, take out the Dark Goblin too. Right here, I went ahead and logged the goblins. And then I use the Ice Wizard to zap away the Goblin Gang, and then all I need to do now is just to cycle to poison or Graveyard or 2 logs. And I believe I just Graveyard right here, and yeah, was able to take this player out. And he did say oops earlier too when I overcommitted, but I was able to defend pretty well, luckily. Alright, let's do one more replay and then we're gonna go ahead and pop that chest open. I wanted to share this match against Noguera, I think was it? Team Liquid UV3, yeah. And it was against the Ice Wizard, and the Ice Wizard is actually really good now because after the buff it can one-shot skeleton, so it's a great counter for Graveyard. So, and I didn't realize I was playing the patch with a live update until I saw my Night Witch die on my 8th match, and it's just like, why do I only have 2 bats? Crazy. Alright, getting thirsty. Cheers. Alright, so right when he pumps, I waited there. That was a waiting hand, by the way. Let's pause. I actually waited with that type of hand because if I knew they played a Golem, Lava Hound, or a Pump, or a Giant anywhere in the back, I have the combo which is the Ice Golem, Graveyard, and Poison to deal with it. So that part I waited and it paid off because he pumped. I chose the side that closer to the tower to do the Ice Golem Graveyard combo, and then I ended up poisoning the Skeleton Army, was it, away. So I punished them for half tower HP, and then I wanted to ignore the Ice Wizard, but since the Golem's on its way, I played my Night Witch in the back to build up bats, and then I used my guards on the Ice Wizard. Okay, so he uses poison, and that's gonna take out all my guards and the bats, but I believe my Night Witch will still be alive. Unnecessary log there. What I was trying to do was to log it back for the explosion not to hit my tower. Instead, I wasted 2 elixir. So I was able to deal with this pump, prevent him getting the lead because I didn't have my pump. Now I can put my pump down. So at the sacrifice of my tower HP down to a third of it, I was able to get my pump ahead of him, and we're pretty much even, but now I caught up, and I didn't, that first push wasn't a waste because I would still take out half his tower. Now, oh, pause by there too. So right there, I didn't want to wait until I have Ice Golem, Graveyard, and Poison combo because that costs 10 elixirs way too cheap. I wanted to take out his pump, put pressure on it so I stay in the elixir lead, and that way I control the speed of the match. So I did a naked Graveyard, and then that way I will have enough elixir to poison whatever he dropped on the Graveyard to defend and get the pump as well. So that's a lot of value. So he decided to drop goblins, right? I poisoned the pump and the goblins, and he dropped mega minions. So tons of value there. I was able to get ahead from here and still have a pump down. So he went ahead and did a river golem, very good move, but with the ewiz, with the split attack, it's gonna take out the mega minion. Oh, it was ahead of the golem anyways. And then with the ewiz, I noticed how I played that part too. I played my ewiz in the center, right, to stay away from mega minion and get damage. I played my Night Witch way up there because I remember he poisoned me. So I don't want him to get value with his poison by getting my Night Witch, ewiz, tower, and pump. So I decided to play it up there, and so he elects to poison the Night Witch and the ewiz. My pump is safe. If I didn't, I would have lost the 3 or 4 elixir that I can still produce. Lots of information. This deck is amazing. It's my new favorite deck. I run it on ladder and challenges. Right here, I place my Ice Golem in front. He used, okay, right there he uses ewiz. Perfect, because all I wanted to do was bait him to drop something, and I was able to bait one of his best counters to my Graveyard. So since he dropped Ice Wiz on the right, I went ahead and did a guard Graveyard left push on the left with enough elixir to do poison, just in case he plays Goblin. And he did, but he didn't play it in that area, he played it at my guard's area. And so that was a mistake by him, but he still wasted elixir on the Mega Minion, which is going to die to my tower anyways. Right here, I'd use the ewiz on the right to defend, let it retarget to my Ice Golem. Ewiz is so great in defense. Because he wasted elixir on the Golem, I know he's way behind. I went ahead and played my Graveyard push and my poison right on top of everything, I believe. Oh no, I used, after the Mega Minion died, I used the guards to defend the Golem. Since I'm in the lead, I don't want to lose that tower and take it to overtime. That's the smart play, so I did do that. Didn't see that right now. I played poison just in case so that it gets more DPS and also have the Mega Minion walk in. And I went ahead and logged everything because he has mini pekka and goblins on its way, so I got a lot of value there. Used my guards for defense and then ewiz to right on top to shock it, and with 1 second left I was still able to keep that tower alive and take that victory down. Alright, so enough replays. I hope you guys learned something on how you would play this deck. You guys have 3 more days to get that legendary chest, and as well as the 12 chest victory, which I'm going to open now. Alright, let's hope I get another legendary from this. So gold, 3 minion horde. I have these commons maxed already. 10 infernal tower maxed. 22 ice golem, very useful. Yes, 23 pumps, more than halfway there. And I don't have a legendary. 6 crossbow. Decent chest. I'm still able to get a legendary out of it. And upcoming next will be the 20 win challenge, which I'm very excited for, because if winning that will put me automatically into phase 2 of the fall CCGS tournament. So definitely keep an eye out. I'm definitely gonna try to make a video on it. Don't think I'm gonna win it, but I will try to give my best advice, tips, and strategies for you, all of you guys that are watching. Until then, we'll see you next time. This is TopRamen signing out. Peace.